what? I'm gonna listen to the Yoshi's New Island soundtrack. I mean, people think it sucks, but it can't be that bad. No more kazoos. No more kazoos. Please. So the story is that there's this new island that is a second home for the Yoshis. And Kamek is at it again. Man, they're really just getting dumber and dumber with these stories. So the first thing you notice when starting the game is that this soundtrack is full of annoying kazoos. And here's something I was happy to see. There's only one baby, and that's Mario. There's no forced in other babies with different abilities. It doesn't slow down the gameplay. This is just like the first game, kind of. Also, Yoshi takes up like way too much of the screen, honestly. I didn't really have a big problem with it, but sometimes I did run into some problems. It's not nearly as bad as Bubsy's camera zoom in, but it's still worth noting. This game sort of plays it safe, being closer to Yoshi's Island 1 rather than the second game, and you know what? It works kinda well. These levels are really fun, and they are pure Yoshi's Island. Well, there is one new thing, and that's where you swallow a giant enemy to make a giant egg. Ooh boy, how I wish I could unsee that. Now, the bosses in this game are, stupid easy. I'd go as far as to say they are worse than the DS game's bosses. Unless you move, like, right beforehand, there's a slight delay in egg throwing. How did they mess this up? The vehicle power-ups make a return, and how you control them is very dumb. You have to hold the 3DS upright and tilt it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it controls fine, but why? Now, about the art style, I like it. It's appealing to the eyes. I kind of like it. It's just, it doesn't make sense. I don't even know what it's trying to be. It's consistent, but I really don't know if it's just trying to be 3D or kind of like a coloring book. Also, the kazoos. I mean, I know I've said this twice already, but it's super annoying. And you gotta realize that there was someone at Nintendo that okayed this. How? Now, other than those flaws, this game is a pretty good game. It's not great, but it's certainly a step up from the second game. But it's nowhere near as good as the first game. Man, Luigi, don't you think it's sad how Nintendo can't even top the original Yoshi's Island with other Yoshi's Island games? You know what? I agree with you.